Hello everybody, hope you're having a wonderful day. Today I would like to share with you guys my final thoughts on the Olitans model King Penguin. This portion of the video is the quick and dirty. The quick and dirty just means basic details, all the good stuff up front. Do I think it's good? Do I think it's bad? Do I think it's worth it? Run to go buy it right now or stay the hell away from it for the price. I think it's worth it. Don't run, walk. If you're interested in something like this, I do have a link that you can use down below. It does help the channel. I have a discount code as well for 10% off your order, as well as whatever you like from their site, JTT10. Again, I like this knife quite a bit. There are plenty of things to love about it. A couple little nitpicks, a couple little negatives. My main complaints about this were there might be a little too much going on in the sense of really small parts, where the knife does rattle every once in a while for no reason, making it feel like it's a little cheap and chintzy, but it's not. When everything is properly tightened down and it is well lubricated, it is a beautifully functioning knife. I also have plenty of content showing me cutting with this using some thick leather working gloves. Very easy to manipulate, and the grip position, while it is very simple, it is definitely an ergonomic treat using this thing for long periods of time, barehanded or with gloves. It's not going to chew up your gloves or anything because there's no technically forward finger choil. So I get to stay back here while still utilizing almost all that edge, getting as close as I possibly can. Check that out. Starting there at the very heel of the edge and cutting through. Studs are in a perfect position. You got some texturing there on the spine. 14C28N blade material, super easy to sharpen, very thin, not ultra delicate, but perfect for just all around use. And a filler tab, so you get lefty love with this. So that is the quick and dirty on the King Penguin right here. If you'd like to stick around to watch some more in-depth things, then enjoy the rest of the video. Alrighty, so down here with the King Penguin, let's get a couple things out the way. 3.3, this thing is very light. Let's do a couple size comparisons. The Native 5, lightweight by Spyderco. Vaker by Miguron Knives. CGRB Pyrite Light. Manix 2 lightweight Spyderco. It's actually a little bit longer than the King Penguin. This one should match up almost exactly. It's about the same pretty much with the Civivi Vision FG. The Predator by CMB Made Knives. Sen-Cut Knives Glide Strike. I think the King Penguin would have actually been a King Penguin if it was about this same size. I think it would sell just as good, if not better, because honestly there are not enough large crossbar locking knives. Large Sebenza 31 Chris Reeve knives. This is not the factory edge. This has actually seen 2 sharpenings and I have blown through it already. The blade material on this is 14C28N, Sandvik 14C28N, and it's good stuff. I got no complaints. The edge is still quite crispy. This knife, if anyone is interested, you can win this knife for free if you are a Patreon member. And I want to put this right in the beginning of this video for the most part. For my Patreon members, I got a $5 and I got a $10 monthly thing. If you subscribe and you just put in for the $5, you are automatically entered in to win this knife for free. So you're already making multiple times back of what you donated to the channel, so that I can continue doing what I'm doing. And as my channel grows, I get more recognition from companies. They send me cool stuff. You guys get cool stuff. That's how this works. I want to continue doing what I'm doing because I love making content on knives and stuff like that, taking them apart, sharpening them, actually using them, making content of, you know, me actually carrying them day to day and just really diving deep into that. I know a lot of people out there appreciate what I do, and this is one of the easiest, one of the best ways to I guess support my channel so I can continue doing what I'm doing. Besides all that stuff, again, if you want to win this knife for free, coming up soon here, it will be posted on the Patreon. I'll have a link down below. Again, the cheapest one, $5. It's not just for free knives giveaway. but it also comes with a plethora of other pluses and goodies along within, you know, the whole package that is. Getting back to the knife here, there is a lot of good to talk about. Very nice thin blade, not ultra thin, a good, relatively not stocky tip, but it has a little bit of strength to it. You can tell that the stock kind of tapers down. It might just be my eyes playing a trick on me, but it almost looks like there's actually a distal taper to this. I don't own calipers, but that's kind of what it looks like, and that's kind of what it feels like as well. The tip on this thing is magical. That's what she said. She definitely did say that. What do you think the channel is called? What it's called? You could see here, I have used this thing quite a bit, doing a lot of drag cutting. I would take this and stab it into a little plank of wood and draw, you know, pieces of thinner cardboard and like the cardstock kind of cardboard boxes through this, and it does phenomenal. These scales here, this is a micarta option. They do offer G10 and a couple other premium ones as well. If you're interested, you can go ahead and check out their whole lineup. There will be links and discount codes as well. But fully contoured micarta, nice cuts of micarta with plenty of character in my opinion. The favorite part about it with the micarta is that there are some pretty heavy, you know, scallops right here, and it leads into the perfect spot. It's not just like a harsh shelf that you land on and hit. It's a perfect transition. And looking at the studs here, it's just good. This is one of the best ways to do it. They didn't try to, you know, reinvent the wheel here. They went with something that just freaking works. They aren't super aggressive or snaggy or sharp or nothing, but they get the job done. They bite just as aggressive as they need to, as well as the texturing on the crossbar lock. This crossbar lock can actually be tuned, unlike a lot of other knives within this category. And what I mean by the crossbar lock can be tuned, I mean that they actually screw apart. You're going to need, I believe, 2 T8s, and you need to screw them apart to take apart the knife and then screw them back. What that means is you're really able to dial in how the knife feels on the action. So if you snug them down too much, you can seize it up. If you have it too light, you will have a lot of side-to-side play in the pivot, and you will actually feel the bar kind of wiggling and actually disengaging very unevenly, and it's a really gross feeling. If you know what I mean, you're aware of it. That's something that happens with a lot of budget-oriented crossbar locking knives. One of the best examples of that is the Migron Vaker here. This is a knife that it has this like side-to-side sloppy wiggle kind of feel on the crossbar lock, and it's because there is a lot of side-to-side room. That's me pulling the lock bar side to side with this. You can hear it a little bit, but I assure you there is far less movement in this. I can actually crank them down a little bit, but of course, with tuning it, you don't want to go overboard. When it comes to the rest of the construction of the knife, it is very well constructed. A downside would be is that there are quite a few T6s. I'm not a fan of the T6s all over. This is a platform. This is a general size that would have welcomed T8s, and seeing the other things that Olitan can do and has currently produced, they have the ability to do an all T8 construction knife. I'm not too sure why they didn't apply it on this, but there are still some premium aspects to this. I'm talking like almost a full length back spacer. They could have cheapened down and just done some little barrel spacers like a lot of other knives do in this category. So they give you a matching material back spacer, the same cut of material, same color, same tone, all that good stuff. They are actually milled to accept full steel liners that have large pockets for weight relieving. As you saw earlier, the weight about 3.3 ounces. This is relatively light in hand, and it is a very capable blade, absolutely. Another premium aspect that I enjoy, and I'm sure a lot of other people can appreciate, is the fact that you can swap the clip. There is right here at the butt end of the knife a flush filler tab that is, you know, color matched with the black here. If you get one with silver, it'll be silver, of course. But two T6 screws, pop that guy out, swap the clip over on the other side, lefty love. I think that's awesome. Let's talk about the clip now. The clip, I like it and I don't like it. There are good things and there are bad things about it. So I like it because it is a simple shape. It looks good. It does what it's supposed to do. The rise and ramp into the pocket, it's butter in and out, doesn't snag on nothing. It's great, right? But another thing too is that it's flat and flush with screws and everything, so all that space, that's all for your pockets right there. I love that. That's how more knives should be done with the pocket clip, so they did that right. The one thing I don't like about the pocket is the hole that they've cut out here makes the tension rely on these very, very thin little wires at this point in time. And the retention on this clip, I actually had to strengthen it. It was a super quick fix. All I had to do was just pop out those two T6s. I will say that interacting with all the hardware on this, I didn't feel no slip. I didn't feel no weird differences in the depth of the tooling of the T6s. They're good T6s. I just don't like that they're T6s. And at this price point, I can very well complain about the T6s, because there are other knives out there from other companies that offer damn near all T8 construction, which is arguably just better. And they do not include an extra pocket clip, which kind of sucks. That's me catastrophizing and bringing up an instance or a situation that could honestly never happen, and it is quite rare. I've only ever broken one pocket clip in the 8-9 years that I've been buying nice knives. All right, so this is something I did know about, but I forgot about this. At the time, I was pretty upset at it, but seeing how much material there is at the edge, you would still be able to sharpen a good bit of it. But the placement of this structural rigidity pin, it actually does get contacted by the edge, and it is right on the freaking edge, which to some people that could be a pretty big deal. To some people, not so much. I've been getting really, really mixed feelings all over my media as well as other people's media, where stop pin positioning is ultra important or a deal breaker. This may be a deal breaker for you potentially. But what I did to test and just to double check that it is contacting that pin right there, is I snugged a little strip of paper here, like nothing fancy, no trickery going on around here. And if I lift the blade and pull this out, you can actually see that right there. That is a puncture mark, because the edge, essentially the live edge, is contacting that pin. That pin actually hits, kid you not, right behind the edge. Alrighty, I'm back. So I have removed, I took the whole knife apart and I removed this tiny little stop pin right there. You can see that shiny spot right there on the black coating. Yeah, that's where the very heel of the edge was rubbing on it and actually dinging into it. So with that being removed, I did test it. Surprisingly, only a small portion of near the tip contacts the backspacer. This is micarta. It is a resin and fabric, bonded material, so it's not going to be super destructive to the edge, but it's still something to consider. To demonstrate, I took this little sliver of paper that I cut out using this knife, and let's put it in there. And I'm gonna push down the blade. I'm gonna smack it. That's pretty hard, right? Let's check out the damage. Any contact would be on the paper itself. So let's see if it was sharp enough to split it. Yep. So see that split right there? Fingers are kind of in the way. So it's not even the tip, it's actually more of the belly portion, because if it was the tip, it would have split all of that, right? So it's actually further back over here. So about 1/2 inch down from the tip, and it does actually contact the backspacer. This blade material is significantly harder than micarta. It's not really going to do anything. It's not going to create microchipping. It's not going to roll. It's not really going to do anything to the edge. And if this is a knife that's meant to be used and kicked around. So you're going to use it, you're going to sharpen it, you're going to dull it out, and just keep going back and forth, sharpening it. And as you pull material away from the edge, you're technically making the height of the blade overall a little bit shorter, and it will not at all contact in any way the backspacer. I will still be contacting Olitans and sending them pictures of this. I hope that they do see this video, and whatever that means for the channel, whether it would be a benefit or something negative to the channel, it is what it is, but I need to put this content out there. Edge is still in perfectly good condition. No snags, no nothing, no hiccups in that spot where it technically contacts. Still perfectly fine all the way through. So, and again, this thing is going to be sharpened again before it gets sent out to whoever wins this. And whoever does win this knife, I hope that they actually use it and kick it around and sharpen it, because that's what a knife in this class is meant to do. So, if you like this video, go ahead and leave a like down below. If you are subscribed already, thank you so much. I appreciate all your support and your patience, of course. If you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing, because I have plenty more videos and content coming your guys' way. With that being said, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.